Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to take a new chapter, Electoral Politics. So this will be the third chapter this year. Now, why do we need elections? Are elections in India free and fair? We are going to study about all this thing in this chapter. So before you go with, let's take an example. Says in 1987 in Haryana, the state had been ruled by a Congress party led government since 1982. So election was being held in the year 1982 and Congress won the election, and that had been ruling for the next 5 years. So in 1987, Chaudhry Devilal was the opposition leader who led a movement called Nyay Yudh. Nyay Yudh means fight for justice, or given struggle for justice. Formed a new party and named it Lok Dal. So a new party came into existence in 1987 known as Lok Dal, and the leader was Chaudhry Devilal. In his election campaign, Devilal said that if his party won the election, his government would waive the loans of farmers and small businessmen. So this was the promise that was made by Chaudhry Devilal. The people were not happy with the previous government, and they were attracted towards the promises made by Devilal. So when the election were held, they voters voted overwhelmingly with very enthusiasm in favor of Lok Dal, that is the party of Chaudhry Devilal, and its partners won 76 out of 90 seats in the state assembly. Lok Dal party of Chaudhry Devilal alone secured or won 60 seats and thus came with the clear majority and made the government. And during this time, 1987, Congress won only 7 seats. After the elections, the results were announced. The sitting of chief minister, the previous chief minister resigned. The newly elected members of legislative assembly of Lok Dal chose Chaudhry Devilal as their leader. The governor invited Devilal to be the new chief minister. And in this pattern, he was being elected. We got a new chief minister. After the 3 days of election, declaration of the results of the election, he was chosen. He became the chief minister. He was called to take the oath. As soon as he became the chief minister, his government issued a government order waiving means to release, to let down, to remove outstanding loans of small farmers, agricultural laborers and small businessmen. This government ruled for the next 4 years. When again the elections came in the year 1991, this party could not win the support or the popular support of the public, and once again, Congress party won the election and formed the government in the year 1991. So here we can say in a democratic country, everyone has an equal right to vote. Different parties and candidates contest freely, and the voters have the right to vote, have the right to choose their representatives, their representative at regular interval. Here interval means term of 5 years. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Like this is the definition you have learned it in your 6th or 7th standard, given by Abraham Lincoln. So democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. This is the definition. The process by which people choose their representatives at regular intervals is known as elections. Now, it's a process by which we choose our representatives by giving them votes at regular intervals. The process of election in democratic countries differ from that of non-democratic countries. In a democratic country, democratic elections, the preferred contestant candidate is elected, but this is not done in non-democratic. Non-democratic means the person who is in power, they choose their own ruler. The election are carried out in a free and fair manner. Like, what do we get in an election? Means, what does a voter get in election? In elections, the voters make many choices. What are they? They are, means voters can choose who will make laws for them. They are going to choose a person, as we have seen in the year 1987, Chaudhry Devilal. He was chosen and he made laws. They can choose who will form the government and take major decisions. Voters can choose the party whose policies, as we have seen, the policy that was, or the promise that was made by Chaudhry Devilal to get voters attracted towards his party and vote them. So he made a promise. Similarly, they can choose the party whose policies Promises means policies only. What they say, are they going to do or not? So this party whose policies will guide the government, the government and law making, which will lead their state towards development, and not only state, even states are related to the country. If the policies are good, the state is going to develop, so the country is going to develop in different forms. It can be in agriculture, it can be in transportation, it can be in energy resources, etc., etc. So here we have such mechanism to choose our candidates known as elections.